All right, so here's how this thing works. If you are promoting a product, let's say if it's a business opportunity, maybe it's weight loss, some kind of weight loss product. Maybe you're into dog training, or maybe you're teaching birds how to walk on one foot, or whatever, right? It doesn't matter what you're promoting out there. Chances are there is probably other people who are promoting the same thing. Yes? Now, chances are there's probably other marketers out there who have already built huge, gigantic lists of subscribers that are people who are interested in exactly what you have to promote, in exactly what you have to offer. Make sense? So the whole idea here is for us to be able to tap into those lists to get traffic. So let's say that you are into maybe you're promoting a business opportunity, right? For this example, let's just use a business opportunity niche. Mass market niche. Let's say that this guy right here, and my friend, you're about to witness some of the best produced graphics ever put on a whiteboard. All right, so check it out. So let's say this guy right here, he's in your market or he's in your niche, and he has a list of 100,000 people, okay, on his list. Now, this guy right over here, let's say this dude has a list of 70,000 people, okay? Pretty sweet. And let's say that this lady right here, she has a list of 300,000 people. Remember, these are people who are interested in the make money online or business opportunity type products, right? So if you happen to be promoting that product, how cool would it be if you could tap into these lists? Okay, if you could tap into this list, and this list, and get some of these people your way and get them into your funnel, right? Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna teach you how to do. Works brilliant. It has been working amazingly well for me over the last 6 years. So there's a way to do this, and it's called, we're gonna take a look at the method called the solo ad buying method, okay? That's what I'm going to be teaching you how to do. So the idea here is for us to tap into these lists. Again, remember, other people's lists. They have spent money, they have spent the time and energy and everything building these lists. What we're going to do is we're going to come back over here. Is we're going to tap into these lists, and we're going to extract. We're going to extract a lot of laser targeted traffic. All right, we're gonna funnel this traffic. Guess where? We're gonna funnel this traffic to your landing page. Now, this is ideal position that you want to be in. Okay, is you want to take this traffic, you want to funnel this to your landing page, and hopefully you already have a landing page. And then from there, they go to your offer. Okay, and of course, when they buy, you're making the big dinero, right? And so at that point, all you need to do is you just do this. You just wash, rinse, and repeat. Okay, pretty sweet deal. So this is not as complicated as it looks. If you have never done anything like this before, let me tell you, we're not going to worry about this bottom part here because I'm going to assume that you already have some kind of offer. Maybe you already have your landing page set up. But I'm going to teach you exactly how do we tap into other people's lists, okay, to get traffic your way. So that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this module. I'm going to walk you through everything step by step and show you all the tricks, all the ninja stuff that I do personally for myself to make this thing work brilliantly. Okay, so let's go ahead and start engineering this for yourself. I'll see you in the next video. One way that you can tap into other people's lists to get traffic to your own site is by deploying this one little good old strategy called Ezine marketing. All right, specifically Ezine solo ads. Man, this is good stuff. I remember when I was first getting started online in this space. This was back like 6 or 7 years ago. And I was promoting business opportunities and make money online type products back then. Did not know any traffic getting methods at all. And the very first traffic getting method that I was introduced to, which incidentally I got really, really good at, was Ezine solo ad traffic method. Okay, and just by implementing this one strategy alone in my business, I was pulling in over 5 figures a month in income. We're talking $10,000, $20,000, sometimes up to $30,000 per month in income consistently, like clockwork, just with this one strategy that I'm about to walk you through here over the next couple of videos. Guess what? 6-7 years later, today, as I'm recording this thing, I'm still implementing this in my business. And every time I do this, it gets me tons, just loads of traffic to my site, tons of subscribers, and tons of commissions. Every time I deploy this strategy. Works awesome. You know, now gurus don't teach this stuff anymore, and I don't know why. It's probably because, you know, maybe it's the old way of, you know, the old school way of getting traffic online, or I don't know. But heck, who cares? Works for me, so I'm happy with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through this strategy and tell you exactly what I do. Okay, again, we're going to keep things very simple, very step-by-step and detailed, and so it's easy for you to understand and easy for you to implement this stuff. If you do this right, you can get traffic on demand. Literally, when I deploy these methods, or when I deploy this particular one here, within minutes, I start getting traffic to my website. Laser-targeted subscribers coming to my website and seeing my offers, and of course, a lot of them buy and makes me commissions. All right. So let me walk you through this thing and show you exactly how you can implement this in your business starting right away. Okay. Of course, there is the wrong way to do it, and there is the right way to do it. I'm going to show you the right way to do it, exactly as I do it in my personal business. In case you are wondering, you know, maybe you're saying, Vic, what the heck is an Ezine, right? So let me take a moment here to kind of give you a little bit, you know, explain a little bit about what, you know, what's this Ezine thing all, you know, is what this all means, right? And then we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of the actually how do you apply this stuff and actually how do you implement this in your business. Simply put, an Ezine is an electronic magazine or a newsletter. Okay. Big companies have them, small companies have them. Different stores have different newsletters, different, you know, things that people subscribe to. Like individual marketers, almost all of them that I know personally, like legit marketers, they have some sort of a newsletter. I have newsletters for myself, and you probably are, you know, maybe you're subscribed to, you know, to several newsletters. I know I get tons of different newsletters and different emails from different marketers and whatnot, different companies. Okay, so there's different niches, different groups of people looking for different things. Okay, now when we're talking about Ezines, which is what we're going to talk about over the next couple of videos here, is I guess the best analogy that I can compare this to would be, if you think about offline world, and if you think about magazines, like offline magazines, right? And we got different magazines that people subscribe to, like there's the sport magazines, there's the you know, home and garden magazine, for example. You know, there's the home business magazine, people looking for business opportunities, whatnot. There's the success magazine. There's the, you know, for those guys who are crazy about cars and whatnot. There's, you know, they're subscribing to like car and driver stuff and so forth, right? So people subscribe to these magazines to get more information about their particular topic of interest. Make sense? Yeah, heavy stuff. So some of these magazines, let's say like Success Magazine, they have something like, you know, 1 million subscribers, you know, roughly. Like the Home Business Magazine, you know, about 500,000 subscribers to this magazine. So people are getting, you know, that's a huge list of people that are getting their, you know, those magazines, right? Because these people are looking for that particular topic. Well, in the online world, same thing happens in the online world, but only difference is online, this stuff is called Ezines, okay? And it's not the actual physical thing that you get in the mail, it's something you get in your email, okay? Now, how the process works is actually very simple. It's not complicated, all right? So let's take a look at how this thing maps out, okay? So subscribers subscribe to an Ezine, okay, to a publication. Let's say it's you know, how to make money online, how to grow potatoes, how to, you know, make potato guns or whatever. Okay, so different topics. They subscribe to this Ezine, okay, to get more information. So what the publisher is doing is publisher will send out emails to that to their subscriber list regularly. Okay, on a regular basis, they get some kind of newsletter, some kind of email on a regular basis. Okay, so what the publisher is doing is, you know, publisher is gaining and cultivating trust and cultivating a good relationship with their list. Okay, so publishers are taking the time to, first of all, build their website. Okay, they're taking the time to develop and you know, and advertise their website to attract subscribers to their Ezine, right? and they're taking the time to build that relationship with their subscribers. All of this is good. And you know what? The best thing for us as marketers is a lot of these publishers that, you know, some of them have, let's say, 300,000 subscribers. You know, some of them might have, you know, 70,000 or 50,000 subscribers. Some of them have 700,000 subscribers. Okay, good stuff. So what a lot of them will do is they will offer something called solo ad. Okay, a solo ad is basically when we go to these publishers and we say, okay, you have a list that's looking to, you know, people who are looking for more information about how to lose weight and look younger and feel great, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, I have this product that I'd like to, you know, send this offer that I'd like to send to your list. Okay, because these people are targeted for what I have. You see, so we're gonna buy something called solo ad, which is a standalone advertisement, standalone email that will go out to his entire subscription base. So if this publisher has a list of 700,000 people, we type up, you know, an email, advertising email, of course, with your link in it to your product, okay? And we're gonna give this email to that publisher. We're gonna pay him a little bit of money, and he's gonna take this email, he's gonna blast it out to his entire subscriber base of 700,000 people. Okay, and of course, so what happens here, as soon as that email goes out, you know, we get tons and tons of traffic very, very fast. A lot of times when I deploy this and when my email goes out, I start seeing traffic within minutes. We're talking about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You know, within 10 minutes, I'm definitely getting and seeing traffic to my site that I'm promoting, because this stuff is, you know, it really works that fast. You don't have to wait. And you will get really, like, you'll get feedback almost instantly, okay, as far as how your campaign is doing. And so, like, when we talk about offline, you know, with offline world, like if you were to advertise in, let's say, Success Magazine, you know, let's say if I'm promoting a, you know, some kind of business opportunity, or how to make money online, or how to become more successful in life, that kind of stuff. If I go to Success Magazine offline and I say, you know, hey, can I place an ad in your magazine? One page magazine ad would probably cost me, you know, maybe $20,000, okay, maybe $30,000. Well, we can pretty much accomplish the same thing online for a fraction of the cost. Okay, very, very low, very cheap. Which I'm gonna show you. Actually, we're gonna do this thing together. We're gonna take a look at some of these Ezines, and I'll walk you through this. But it's gonna be a very, very low investment compared to the return that you can get on it if you do this thing correctly. Okay, so when we get traffic, what you want to do is, when you get this traffic, you want to send this traffic to your landing page. Okay, when you send it to your landing page, you are building your list. Not only are you getting that one-time visitor, but you're actually building that list. A lot of people are going to leave their you know, email and name on your opt-in form, and they'll opt into your own list now. So you're leveraging somebody else's list to build your list. You see, and then what happens with your list is you sell stuff to your list, right? You take them through the funnel, and when that happens, of course, we both know you make money. Okay, you make the good old dinero. When you're making money, and you know, when you do this thing, then the only logical thing for you to do is to wash, rinse, and repeat, right? You want to buy as many of these solo ads as you possibly can find that would be targeted for whatever it is that you're promoting, okay? And so what I will do is, in the next video, I'm going to walk you through the process of how do you find these Ezine publishers, okay? How do you find the good ones? Because there's a lot of garbage out there. There's a lot of junk out there on the internet. I'm pretty sure if you tried any of this stuff before, if this did not work out for you, it's probably because you did not know a few things. Okay, there is definitely a formula to making this happen, and make sure that you're going to be successful with this method. I had my share of trial and errors, and I had my share of running against the brick wall and not making things happen. But then I figured it out, and I got it to a science. And I'm going to walk you through this, of the process. How do you find this stuff? How do you find these Ezines, and how do you talk to these people? How do you negotiate? How do you get your stuff out there, and how do you deploy this method and start getting traffic to your to your site almost instantly when you do this? Okay, so this is kind of the overview of how Ezine traffic method works. Like I said, in the next video, I'm going to walk you through how do we find these Ezines. So I'll see you in the next video. All right, so in just a moment here, I'm going to walk you through this and show you exactly how do you find these Ezines? Where do you go to locate these publishers? How do you talk to these guys? And how do you put this whole thing together and get yourself some good old traffic your way to your site, hopefully as soon as possible, right? The goal is, of course, for you to get as much traffic as possible, as quickly as possible. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. The cool thing about this though is you don't need like gazillion of these publishers. You only need a few really good ones. You know, when I got started, I got myself 8 or 9 publishers that were really good, and I was just rotating my solo ads between them, and I would run, you know, 2 or 3 solo ads every single week, and I would just rotate them between different publishers so I'd get in front of new people all the time, and I was pulling in over 5 figures a month consistently like clockwork. Heck, was working beautifully for me. Right now, as I'm recording this for you, works awesome, okay? So this method works just as good today just as it did 7 years ago, okay? Pretty cool stuff. So I'm gonna show you how you can do this and apply this in your business. And please do this thing, because this thing can work. But here's the deal. You got to do this thing properly, okay? If you screw this up, there is a process, and you have to follow the process, which of course I'm gonna outline to you. But if you screw this up, I see so many people do this thing wrong, and they're just not getting the results they're looking for. You must do certain things a certain way, follow the formula, if you will. Of course, there is a formula for everything, right? But seriously, all jokes aside, you know, if you just follow the process that I'm going to outline right here in this video for you, you should be pretty good. Okay, you should get really good results, because this thing gets me really good results personally. Right? So there's 2 ways, there's 2 routes that you can take with this thing, both of which will take you to the same end destination, which is traffic to your site. One route is going to be a little bit more labor intensive, which is going to be the manual route. Okay. Another route is going to be easier, actually a whole lot easier, which I'm going to show you how you can do that as well. And you'll be the one who's going to decide which route you're going to take yourself. Okay, I did both of them initially in the beginning when I was first getting started. I did the manual way, so that's why I'm going to show that to you. You might not be, maybe that's going to be a better route for you. Who knows? So I'm going to show you both of these, and we're going to start with the manual way of doing things. Now, first I'm going to show you this in theory. Okay, and then I'm going to walk you through this in practice and show you exactly how to apply this. We're going to do this right here on the screen, so it's going to be almost impossible for you to screw this up. Okay, as long as you just pay attention, and please pay attention, take notes, because this stuff is really good if you apply this. Okay, now when we talk about manual way of doing things, this stuff is like mining for gold. Yes, you're going to have to dig through a lot of dirt to find those gems. Like I said, you don't need a lot of them. You need really a few really good ones, and those few really good ones will take care of you for a very long time. Like I said, I had 8 or 9 really good publishers, was bringing me over 5 figures a month, over $10,000 on a monthly basis, like clockwork. Okay, back then doing things manually, and then when I found out this other way, which I'm going to show you, it just skyrocketed my income, and everything just went up from there. All right, so but it's like mining for gold. You look at that picture, that dude right there, he's looking for gold, he's digging for gold. He got his sleeves rolled up and everything. He's all dirty. He's moving a lot of dirt. Same thing is going to happen here, because here's the reality, my friend. I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm not going to tell you everything's going to be walking in the park, walking, roses and all the good stuff. Even though, it's a possibility. But here's the thing. There is a lot of junk on the internet. You probably know that by now. There's a lot of garbage on the internet. There's a lot of dirt out there online, and we have to get past that. We got to go through that. We got to pull out the gems from the dirt. Okay, so when you're gonna do things manually, you will have to do a little bit of work, which is well worth it. Okay, it's still worth the work, because those few gems you're gonna pull out from the dirt, are gonna be that stuff is gonna take care of you, and get you traffic and get you subscribers and get you commissions in your bank account and get you the lifestyle. Ultimately, I think the reason you got this course is because you're not you want to get traffic. Because why? Because you want to make money, right? Well, you want to make money. Why? Because my hallucination is maybe you want to live a better lifestyle than you have right now. Maybe you want to buy something, right? Maybe you just want to maybe quit your job. Who knows? Okay, so everything is gonna start from getting good quality traffic. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this the manual way. All right, we are going to simply go to search engine. Okay, such as Google or Yahoo or Bing or Ask.com, whatever. Personally, I like Google. And then we're going to do something. We're going to search for a keyword plus newsletter or Ezine or solo ad. Okay, so for example, if you are promoting a work from home type product or opportunity, you're going to go to Google and you're going to put in something like work from home Ezine, work from home newsletter, okay, work from home solo ad. Make sense? If you're promoting something that has to do with, maybe you're teaching birds how to stay on one leg and sing, solo or something crazy like that, you would go to and do the same thing. Enter your main keyword and add the newsletter or an Ezine to the end of it. Okay, pretty simple so far. So when we do that, we're going to have all these search results that will come up. And so these are going to be different blogs. These are going to be different, different newsletters, different Ezines and whatnot, different marketers lists. And so we want to create a list. Personally, I like Excel, so I prefer Excel. And I want to create a list of 30 to 40 publishers. Now we're talking about Ezines right now. Okay, 30 to 40 publishers. And the reason we need to get 30 to 40 is because, again, remember, not everything is going to be gold. There's going to be a lot of dirt. Okay, so we're going to have to go through these 30 to 40. We're going to have to go through quite a bit of dirt to get a few of those really, really good ones. So you might have, out of 30 to 40, you may have, maybe 3, 4, 5 really, really good ones. But you don't know which ones unless you go through the process. And the people that fail with this particular method are people who don't go through the process that I'm about to outline to you in this video right now. Okay, so please pay extra close attention. This stuff is really, really good. So we're going to create this list, and creating a list is really important because you can always, when you find those gems, you can always go back to those people and just, if you need to print money, it's like literally, it's like printing money. You can go back to those people, submit your solo ad, boom, get your traffic within minutes. Okay, and see commissions in your bank account that very same day. It's really as easy as that if you know what you're doing. Okay, so we're gonna go and create this list, and then we're gonna contact each one of these publishers, each one of those 30 to 40 people on your list. Okay, and we're gonna ask them some questions, and these are very important questions to ask. So this would be a good idea for you to write this down. Okay, so if you're not taking notes, I would suggest that you maybe take some notes, because these 7 questions are key questions that I always ask every publisher that before I do any business with them, before I buy any solo ads, whatever. I want to ask these 7 questions every publisher. Okay, first question is this: do you sell solo ads to your list? Pretty obvious question, but here's why it's important. A lot of publishers, when they publish a newsletter or an Ezine, they will offer or they'll sell different types of ads, such as sponsored ads, top sponsored, site sponsored, different middle sponsored. They will insert different banners in their ads, whatever. And some publishers will not allow you to send your ads solo all by itself. So that's why I need to know if this publisher is going to allow me to send solo ad. Then of course, personally for me, I tried all of those ads, sponsored ads and whatnot. I have found that solo ad works out the best because your ad goes out all by itself. There is no other distractions in that email. It's just your email all by itself goes out to the entire subscriber base, to every single email inbox of those subscribers on that list. Okay, and they see your offer. Obviously, the more people see your offer, the more people are going to click on your link and get to your site, and the more traffic you're going to get. Okay, so that's why first question is so important. Second question is, how many active subscribers do you have on your list? And the reason that this one is important, again, it's pretty obvious. A lot of times it's going to say on their website, I have 10,000 subscribers, I have 300,000 subscribers, I have 40,000 subscribers. But I still want to ask this question because, well, who knows when he updated his website. Maybe his website was updated 5 years ago and it says he's got 40,000 subscribers on his site from 5 years ago. Well, today, how many subscribers do you have today? So that's why I need to get that current data. Okay, so third question is, how often do you mail out solo ads? Now this one is important, and here's why. Because a lot of publishers, from what I have seen, a lot of publishers abuse their list. What I mean by abusing their list is they would send out like 2 solo ads every single day. You know what I mean? And so they're providing very little value for their list, and they're just hammering them with different offers from different marketers. You know what I mean? So their list is not very responsive list. Good publishers and good Ezine places, good Ezines will have a waiting list. Okay? So here's a rule of thumb. If a publisher sends out a solo ad every day, I typically do not want to buy a solo ad from that publisher. Okay? Because that list is probably pretty neglected. I mean, he just bombards him with different offers, and people are just getting used to receiving offers like every single day. And so a lot of those people will not even open their emails because they're just, oh, that's an offer, another offer, different day, different offer. Good publisher will send out 2 or 3, sometimes even 1 solo ad per week. Okay. So, of course, good publishers will almost always have a waiting period, which is good because their list is responsive most of the time, okay, usually. So that's why I need to know how many times they send out that solo ad or how often, okay? What is your average email open rate? Wait a second, I think I got 2 open in that sentence. Should be just 1 open there, I apologize. All right, so the question should be this: what is your average email open rate? Okay, now here's why this question is important, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but it's important because based on the answer of this question, I can calculate and predict approximately if it's going to be worth it for me to go and buy that solo ad. All right, I'm going to tell you and talk to you a little bit more about that a little bit later on here as we go more into actually how to do this. But I need to know, what's their average email open rate is. And good publishers, I mean, if he takes care of their list, if they're really like legit publishers and stuff, they will know this number. A lot of them will not tell you, or they'll try to weed away from it and whatnot. You got to get the answer to that question. Okay, what is your average email open rate for your list? All right, then the next question we got is, how much do you charge for a solo ad? Again, pretty obvious question, self-explanatory. I need to know exactly how much he's going to charge me for it. By the way, you can always negotiate, okay? Because these are marketers. These are people who, I mean, you're dealing directly with the guy who owns the list. So you can always negotiate. It's not like he needs to talk to, it's not like you're buying ads from like a corporation or something, where they can't their rates are set in stone. Here, you can always negotiate, okay? Always negotiate the best price. All right, then the next question we got is, when is your next available spot? Of course, I need to know when their next available solo ad is. And then how can I submit my solo ad with you? So if I do decide to do business with them, what's the process? How do I go? Where do I need to go to submit my solo ad with them? Okay, again, these are the 7 very important key questions that I want to ask every single publisher that I'm going to do before I do any business with them. Okay, and then of course, I can't stress this enough, my friend. You have to create a list. Okay, you got to create a list because you want to pull out those gems. The more gems you can pull out from the dirt, the better it is for you. Then it's like printing money. It's like traffic on demand. You can go, when you have a list of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 different really, really good publishers that you have tested in the past, and you have a list of these people, right? You can always go back to these guys and you can promote an offer, you can send a solo ad, and you know that you will get results. Okay, that's why it's really, really important for you to create a list. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how to do that and exactly how I did that as we go along here. All right, so right now, I'm going to take you to the actual Internet Explorer, and I'm going to show you how this thing is done in practice. Okay, so let me show you exactly how you can do this in reality. So let's say if I was promoting some kind of work from home opportunity. Okay, again, this is just an example purpose. Whatever your niche is, it's going to be the same process for whatever it is that you're promoting. Okay, just to keep things very simple, I'll just use this as an example. So let's say my main keyword that I'm going to go after is work from home. Okay, and I'm just going to add the word Ezine at the end of that. Okay, just like that. And just see what comes up here. Of course, what I need to pay attention to is this stuff right here, which is organic searches. Okay. All right, cool. So we just look for different Ezine publishers over here. Okay. Take a look at this one here, for example. toworkathome.com looks like an Ezine to me. And a lot of times, what these publishers will have is some kind of link or a section or something that will let you know that they are accepting advertisement. Now, some of them will not tell you this, which is a good thing also, and I'm going to tell you how to find that out. But this one here, for example, we see here's a link. It says advertise. So when we click on this link right here, we're gonna take a look at their options here. Okay, so let's scroll down here and see what's going on. All right, so over here I see it says Ezine advertising. Okay, exclusive mailing, solo ad, exactly what I'm looking for, right? Sent to all Ezine's 41,000 plus subscribers, and the price for one mailer is $300. Now, don't freak out. We don't know. This might be a good price. It might not be a good price just yet. Okay, so it's all going to depend. So we got 41,000 subscribers for this solo ad. Cool. So what I would do is, again, don't worry about the price yet. You know, this is not important at this point. Okay, the price is not important. What I need to do is, remember I told you you need to create a list, right? So here's what I do. I created myself a little spreadsheet that looks something like this, which, by the way, I'm just going to include this right below in this module in your resource center. You can just copy that or use that if you want. It's just basically very, very simple spreadsheet here, Excel spreadsheet. And so what I need to do here is I'm going to go up here and I will enter my publisher's name, which in this case is To Work at Home. All right, then the website is we got To Work at Home.com. List size, mailing, how frequently they're mailing, all that good stuff. You know what? I'm not going to fill this stuff out because remember, like I told you, even though it says over here that his list size is 41,000, I think, right? Yeah, 41,000 subscribers, but it says 41,000 plus. So what is that? Is that 41,200 or is it 41,001? Or is that like 55,000 subscribers? You see what I'm saying? When was this updated? I need to know exactly how many active subscribers he's got on his list. Okay, so I will email him. I will make this a note. All right, I will make a note of this website here. Okay, and then I will email him. So like in the notes here, I might put his email address if he has that. If not, most of the time what I'll just do is I'll just go to contact, okay, contact information or contact link, and of course enter your name, blah blah blah, and you will fill out your your questions. So you'll send him an email and you'll say, hey, you'll send those 7 questions to him. Okay, you're gonna ask those 7 key questions. You know, can I buy a solo ad from you? How much is it? How many? How often do you mail? What's your average email open rate? All that good stuff, and you're gonna wait for his reply. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let me get my good old calculator here. Let's say that according to this website, he's got a list of 41,000 people. Okay, on his list. So take a look at this. Check it out. Here's what I do. Let's assume that this is right. Okay, 41,000 subscribers, and the reason I need to know his average email open rate is, you probably have guessed it by now, is I need to know approximately how many clicks can I expect, or how many people can I expect to see my offer. Okay, so let's say if his average email open rate is let's say 20%, which is about average. Okay, times 20. Again, different publishers will have different number. Sometimes it might be 10%. Some publishers will have crappy lists, and might be like 5% or 2%. Some of them will have like really good responsive lists, so it might be like 30 or 40%. Who knows? Okay, so I need to know that number. But I'd say 20% is about average for a good cultivated list. Okay, so 20% of 41,000, we're looking at 8,200 people who will actually open an email. Now, this does not mean that 8,200 people are going to click on our link in our email. This is just how many people will approximately open an email, okay, based on the answer to that question, is what your average email open rate. So I'm gonna assume that, let's say 40 or 8,200 people actually opened an email, and let's say that 20% of those people will actually click on my link. Okay, so 20% of those people will click on my link. I'll get 1,640 actual visits to my website. Make sense? To whatever I'm promoting. All right, so let's say that 1,640 visitors to my website. If you're sending traffic to your landing page, which you should be doing, okay, you will have, well, first of all, 1,640. Let's take a look at that. What is that per visitor? If we're gonna have, in this example, it's $300, so $300 divided by 1,640 visitors. So in this case, we're going to be paying like 18 cents per visitor, which is really, really good. Okay. Do you see how, again, based on his answer to that question, what his average email open rate is, I can predict and I can estimate approximately if this is going to be a good thing for me to go after. Okay, so let's say if his email open rate was like 5% or 3%, this might not be a good idea for me to go after this. But here's what I'm looking for: 1,640 people that will actually visit my website. If I'm sending traffic to my landing page, which I always do, okay, average landing page opt-in rate is about 20%. Actually, it's pretty low, but let's say it was 20%. Okay, so 1,640 people times 20%, not $20, but 20. Let's do this: 1,640 times 0.20, which is 20%. So I can expect about 328 subscribers. Okay, my friend, check it out. A visitor is a visitor. Okay, but a subscriber is a subscriber. When you build subscribers, when you get subscribers to your site, to your list, and you're actually building your list, this is your asset for your business. Okay, you always want to get subscribers. Visitors is good, and if you just focus on visitors, you focus on promotion. If you focus on getting subscribers to your site or your list, you're focusing on building a business, therefore building a fortune for yourself one day. Okay, so this is the number I'm more interested in. So 328 subscribers, leads, okay, that I can market over and over and over and over and over again. So here's the number I'm looking for. Okay, when I send out solo ads, I'm looking for my cost per lead, not cost per visitor, but cost per lead, based on these predictions. And of course, I'm going to track everything, but I'm looking for my cost per lead to be obviously the lower the better, but $1.30 or so to $1.50 at the most. Okay, at the most. Like if my cost per lead is above $1.50, that's actually a bad promotion. I would probably not do it again with this particular method. Okay, other methods are fine, but this particular one, the rule of thumb is you want to be at $1.50 or below. Okay, for your cost per lead. So in this example here, let's take a look at what we have. So we got 328 visitors. Again, these are predictions, or actually leads. 328 leads. Approximately estimated. So for $300 divided by 328 visitors, so my cost per lead in this example would be 91 cents, which would be okay. Okay, I could go ahead and go after this. But again, everything is going to come up to, is going to be based on that question of, what's your average email open rate for your list. Okay, do you see how I just kind of did that math there? Again, not complicated stuff, but I need to know these numbers before I decide whether I'm going to do business with this person or not. But even before I do that, I need to, so I'm going to contact him and I'm going to send him an email, and I will wait for him to respond back. And usually I give him like 3 days, okay, 3 to 4 days, about 72 hours. Give them about 3 days to respond. Okay, if they respond with your questions, answers to your questions, then you fill this out. Let's say list 41,000. Okay, mailing frequency, let's say, perfect scenario would be, once a week. All right. Average email open rate is, let's say he says, again, perfect scenario here, let's just say 20%. Okay. Cost is $300, so your list would look something like this. Now, next availability, it would be, whatever the date that would be. Submit URL is going to tell you where to go. And then notes, any notes you want to take about that publisher, that's how you would do it. Okay, so I'm gonna build a list of 30 to 40 of these guys, and I will wait for them to respond. So let's go back here real quick. Let's go back to Google, to our search results. All right, so let's take a look at this one here, for example. 100 MLM Cash Club. All right, so what do we have here? We got circulation. We got 2,000 people. Okay. It doesn't tell me the prices or anything like that. So again, I will just contact this, this publisher and just see what, what's going on there. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we got here. Click here. Let's check this guy out. Okay. Looks like this is just a sales letter, or is it? Yeah, it doesn't look like this is an actual Ezine. Okay. Take a look at this one here. Okay, looks like this is an Ezine here. They got Yeah, it does look like it's an Ezine. All right, so let's see if we have some kind of advertising options here. Okay, so we got solo ads tab here, so let's check this out. Solo ads. Let's see how much they're charging for this. So $26.50 for one solo ad. Okay, dirt cheap. Okay, let's see if they tell us how many subscribers they have approximately. All right, it looks like 3,000 opt-in subscribers. Not bad. All right, so I'll just get my color accumulator here. And so we got 3,000 subscribers. Again, if this was actually accurate, again, I'm going to have to double check with them. 3,000 times, you know, again, perfect scenario would be 20% email open rate, and let's say 20% click-through rate, 120 clicks, actually 120 visits to my website at 20% opt-in rate on that. Actually 120 visits times 20% opt-in rate, so I'm looking at about 24 subscribers to my list, about 26 bucks. Okay, so just over $1 per subscriber. Okay, so this is something I would give it a shot. Makes sense? Again, based on the answers to those questions. So this is how I would do it manually. You know, is you would put your list here, 30 to 40 of these guys, email them those 7 questions, and just wait for them to respond. Yep, it does. It's gonna take a little bit of time, you know, and work in the beginning for you. But look, if you're gonna take this route, it's gonna be worth it. Okay, this is exactly what I did in the beginning. Now I want to show you something else here. If you scroll all the way down here, as you can see, we got different, related searches. Okay, to this keyword here, work from home Ezine. So as you can see here, work from home business Ezine. You can check that one out. Okay, and of course you got different, searches that are coming up here. Work from home. Let's see, let's go back here. Of course, it's giving you these different, related searches that you can check out. Work from home solo ad. So let's take a look at this one here. Okay. Again, we got solo ad blaster here, 28,000 double opt-in advertisers. Solo ads. Let's see how much it's gonna cost us. If it's gonna tell us the price here. Okay, so 47 bucks. You know, and it looks like these people are guaranteeing 300 plus clicks. Okay, which is pretty sweet. All right, so just make a list. You can go to, go through the first page, go through the related, searches as well. Okay, related search results. Go through that. You can always go to. Let me show you this. Let's go to Google keyword tool. Okay, and the first thing that comes up here, I'm pretty sure you are familiar with this by now. So let's go work from home. Let's put this keyword in here. Officers tray. I have no idea what that is. What is that? Heck, NRC. Does that sound about right? Let's see. Okay. So work from home gets 3 million. Let me do the exact phrase search here, and let's see what we're getting here. Okay, so work from home, 246,000 searches per month. Okay, as you can see here, online jobs, ways to make money, Ezine, all of these keywords. Just go after these keywords and just add Ezine or newsletter or solo ad right behind this. Okay, so this is another way that you can do your manual research. And let me tell you, there is a wealth of Ezines and publishers and different places you can find that will accept your solo ad. Okay, you just have to go through the process and do this thing, and fill out your little sheet over here. Okay, so you're gonna create a list of 30 to 40 publishers, and then you're gonna contact them, and then you're gonna wait for them to respond back to you. If after 72 hours or like 4 days you don't get an answer from them, here's what you do. Okay, you just put a big red line across it, and you don't want to do business with that publisher. Okay, if they don't respond to you, don't give them your money. All right, if they respond to you, then you want to do business with them. Okay, or at least take it to the next step. If they respond back to you, if answers are looking good, and if it's somewhat decent, then move forward and submit your solo ad and keep track of your results. Now, when you you have access to, I'm not gonna go through this right now because I showed this to you in other modules, but you have access to the Tracker 1, 2, 3 technology right here as one of your bonuses, right? So you want to use that and set it up and track your clicks. Like when you submit your link, when you submit your solo ad, you want to track your link. I'm going to have a video for you explaining how to do that a little bit later on. I'll probably do like a bonus video for you on that. But you always track your results and see which ones are giving you how many clicks. Okay, so how much money you spent versus how much, how many clicks you got, how many subscribers, all the good stuff. And so okay, is this publisher a good publisher for me to go after next time or not? Make sense? Again, I know we just covered a lot of information here. I wanted to keep this very detailed for you as much as possible. So this is how you do things manually. This is how I started out myself in the beginning, okay? Yep, you gotta roll up your sleeves, you gotta do some work, you gotta dig through the dirt, but it's gonna be worth it. If you don't wanna do this, if you don't wanna take this particular route, if you wanna do things, a little bit easier and take the easier route, I'm going to show you in the next video. I'm going to show you exactly how I do things right now, today. Okay, I discovered a shortcut, if you will. I discovered a directory that I have been using for the last 5 years or so. I've been doing manual stuff for about a year. Worked great, but look, when I discovered this other method of finding really good ezines, my income just shot through the roof. So I'm going to walk you through that. If you want to take that route, feel free to do that. I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to cheat you out of any information, so I'm just going to show you exactly how I do things myself. Okay, so this was the manual way of doing things, and in the next video I'm going to show you how you can, a shortcut method, if you will, how you can eliminate a lot of the manual work, and and locate and find really good targeted ezines with a click of a mouse. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video.